thanks for inviting me into your family, and you know. Yeah, I know. Right, Peter? Dad? Listen, I won't forgive you for me picking you off the floor this morning at 5 o'clock. Twice. You had enough champagne by then. Pete? I got a little something for you as well, buddy. Thank you, mate, and thank you for everything you've done for me and Sharon. I appreciate that. Give us a sweet. Sorry. There's a little something for you there, buddy. Thank you. And last but not least, my friend Harry. Now, my dad always said to me, when you get to my age and you can count 5 friends on your hand, you're lucky. And I used to think, what are you on about? You've got loads of friends. But it's not until you get to my age, well, no, perhaps a bit younger, that you know what he's talking about. And here is a man that I count as a true friend, and he's done me proud this last couple of weeks. We're doing this, that and the other. And I've known him for over 30 years. And it's another 30 years of friendship, buddy. And I got a little something for you as well. There you are, buddy. Thanks very much. I love you like a brother, man. I'd just like to say thanks everyone for coming, and it's been amazing. I've got a new family in Duchess, Peter, and then Peter, and then family. But I'm Devonshire, see, so I talk a bit like that. Anyway, just listen. Thanks. Cornish.
Yeah, no, he won't.
Thanks, mother.
No, he won't.
No, I'd just like to thank everybody else for coming. Tracy, Mark for helping us out with this, Chris and Jules for coming down, and just like to thank everybody really. It's been an amazing day. Just my kids for coming here and sorry? Yeah, Peter fell in the bedroom between the radiator and the bed. Twice.
I was able for the 3rd time, but they wouldn't let me.
So, I'd just like to thank all my family for coming. It's been brilliant. Just amazing. Thanks very much indeed. Thank you.
This is just a very, very personal thing, Tracy. You know.
What have you done?
Yeah.
This is my best mate. It means the world to me. I've got my sister there. It means the world to me out here. But that's just to say thank you for everything you've done. Thank you very much.
Right, Harry, your turn. This is going to be funny. Hey, where's your glasses?
I've done this all back to front now. I should have went on first. Anyway, here we go. I'd just like to say, bear with me. The only times I've ever worn a suit, I had to speak in front of groups of people, was to confirm my name and address. And followed by, obviously, not guilty.
I know the feeling.
I would like to say to Sharon, you can now relax now and enjoy your married life. I know you said you won't believe it until you have your ring on your finger. Well done, he turned up. Next. I should have worn the glasses. It's like shining in the eyes. No. Most of these in the room will know that Lee and I got back a long way. We met back in 1985.
Which prison was that?
While slavering. Hey, whilst labouring in the Welcome Inn in Dawlish Warren. Since then we've shared lots of experiences, having our first child around the same time, loving the music from Phil Collins and Genesis, sharing our love of films, and we still laugh at some of our favourite quotes.
We do.
Now Lee's moved on to bikes. Well done, Lee, for recently passing your test. You've been riding almost for 2 decades. And thank you once again for them 140 more an hour rides prior to passing your test. We've both been through some of our ups and down relationships, but it's great to see Lee has finally settled down and moved out of his mum's for good. As we all know, Lee has returned home more times than Lassie. One memory that sticks in my mind is when we went to find my dad in Amsterdam, who I hadn't seen for several years. After taking trains, boats and taxis, we finally arrived in Amsterdam with no address, just an area to go on. We were almost pickpocketed within the first 10 minutes, and then spent the next 3 hours walking the cobbled streets of Amsterdam. And if you've been there, it's just like lanes. Yeah. And then we decided to go to a B&B, but all the B&Bs were booked up, so I thought, right, we'll put our bags back into the train station locker, and then just find a cafe and obviously chill. As you know, Amsterdam. Then just at that moment, we saw a street sign, and a street name that I remembered being on a letter I received from the old man. And just 10 yards from that sign, we found the old man's place. So it was one of them moments I'll never forget, and I often talk about, that we shared after not meeting the old man for a long time. Next.
That's a good story, I like that. Yeah.
Well done.
I've known Lee and his family. We love to share today with his dad, and not only with Phil Collins and Genesis, it reminds me so much of Phil, and with all his brothers, Verity, Dale, Glyn,
Not his brother.
Sam. I feel I've always been part of the family, and with his offspring, Curtis, Bryn, and Kirsty. Right. I know Sharon. I've known Sharon. I already feel that I've known Sharon for years. My daughter really loves her coming round. For me to find a true Liverpool supporter and Gerald fan was great.
Liverpool!
But to find she's caring, friendly, and also a great cook was an extra bonus.
Always helps when you're a good cook.
I'd like everybody now to raise a glass to a special couple and wish them a long and happy marriage together.
Yeah. Sharon. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
What was that?
And now I'm passing over to There you go.
Oh, Jack, carry on, mate, carry on, carry on.
And that's the end of it. Thank you very much.
Harold, I couldn't Gerald. Harold, innit? Gerald. Harold.
There you go, Pete. All yours, my friend.
Ali, I promise I'll get you a playtime for that. Well, I've been down here a couple of days, and as I've had to make a couple of speeches since I've been here. First one was in that prison in Sillerton, and then in that asylum just down the road there. So I've met most of you. The only